Often we assume that if we marry the person we fell in love with, the marriage will run on autopilot mode. But by putting your relationship on autopilot, you are setting grounds for an imminent crash. So, the trick lies in building an intentional and mindful marriage. Stave off the relationship dissatisfaction and improve the levels of happiness in your relationship with these tips. Did it ever cross your mind that how you feel about yourself could go a long way in deciding the fate of your relationship? Self-love is the biggest contributor to happiness in marriage. How do you practice self-love? It's simple. Trust yourself to make good decisions. Allow yourself to feel your emotions, minus the harsh judgment, and treat yourself as valuable. Not to be confused with being arrogant. Self-love is about having a sense of self-sufficiency without tying your happiness and sense of self-worth to someone else. So build and flex your self-love muscle and take good care of your well-being to reconstruct a happier narrative of your love life. The easiest thing to do in an unhappy marriage is bogging down your partner with all the blame for dissatisfaction in a marriage. Making an exhaustive list of all the things your spouse got wrong and then blaming their faulty behavior for a bad marriage is unfair. That's more like a loser strategy. So, give wallowing in self-pity a pass. Unless it is a case of abuse and needs therapeutic intervention, a better approach would be to take an inventory of your relationship. Work on yourself and take the burden off your spouse to uplift the status of your relationship. Relationships are not static in nature. A few rough days in a marriage do not signal the end of it. Be on the same team and change the weather of your relationship. You will come out stronger and so much more in love. Embrace the unpredictable nature of your relationship and acknowledge that you have a rocky marriage. This way you can take a giant leap towards improving the relationship's quality. Become a happy couple by embracing changes in your partner. Change is the only constant, but often couples in a marriage overlook this wisdom and assume that their spouse is going to remain the same person with exactly the same traits, temperament, and tastes. Knowledge is power. So, how do you apply this age-old wisdom to your marriage? Make a conscious effort at discovering the different facets of each other's personalities. Invest time to stay in tune with your partner's new favorites. And watch the level of happiness in your relationship grow. It's incredibly easy to let go of the hard work in a marriage required to keep the happiness boat sailing smoothly. Invest quality time and energized efforts to rejuvenate your relationship, and you will be able to turn over a new leaf of happiness and satisfaction in your marriage.